morning. So today we are going to be working on our graphic organizer for our River Valley Civilization essay. So go ahead and go into your class. I'm going to go into block 2 for mine, and I'm going to go under the classwork tab. Now once you're there, you're going to scroll down to quarter 4, and you're going to go into where it says River Valley Civilization's essay plan. Now, going over this information, first thing we need to do is our location, that is both relative and absolute, and place. So, the first thing we need to do is figure out the absolute location of our area. So, because this is a universal fact, this is something we can look up and do not need to cite because there is not opinion-based. It is what it is based on lines of longitude and latitude. So, for example, if you are Mesopotamia, you could type in the modern-day country that Mesopotamia was surrounded by, which, if you remember, was Iraq. So you would type in Iraq, absolute location. Now, we only need to go to the tenths place. So we would write 33.2, because this 2 is not going to round us up. So 33.2 degrees north, comma, 43, that 7's going to round up the 6, so 43.7 degrees east. So we would write 33, wrong spot, under absolute location, 33 points, because I forget, 0.2 degrees north, comma, space, 43.7 degrees east. Now that is just for Mesopotamia. I'll zoom in so you guys can see a little better. So if you, it daisies. Give me one sec. So this is our Mesopotamia. I'm going to highlight everything Mesopotamia in red. My Indus River Valley, I will make orange. So Indus River Valley is in modern-day Pakistan. So you would write Pakistan absolute location. Just like before, you would go to the 10th space. So this would be 30.4 degrees north. So 30.4 degrees north, comma, 69.3 degrees east. I'm going to make Egypt yellow. Also, if I'm going too fast for you, make sure you pause the video. 26.8 degrees north. There we go. And 30.8 degrees east. Last but not least, we have China. Which is 35.9 degrees north. And 104.2 degrees east. Okay, so just like I said before, Mesopotamia is going to be red, Indus River Valley is going to be orange, Egypt is going to be yellow, and China will be green. Next, for relative location, I want to know at least 3 countries around your area. So looking at a map of China, 3 countries touching China. You could put Mongolia, North Korea, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Vietnam. Sorry, Vietnam's over here. Laos, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, India. Choose 3 of those countries if you are China. I would like you to pause this video and pick 3 countries that are touching China and put them in relative location. Let's go for Egypt. Give me 1 sec to find a lovely map. So, for Egypt, you can put Israel, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, and Libya. Go ahead and put 3 countries that are touching Egypt in your relative location. If you need to, pause now. If you are Indus River Valley, next to Pakistan, you could put Iran, Afghanistan, China, and India. Pick 3 of the countries touching Pakistan if you are Indus River Valley, where it says relative location. Go ahead and pause the video now. Lastly, if you are Mesopotamia, nearby modern Iraq, you could put Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Syria, and Turkey. So, where it says relative location, and you are Mesopotamia, you can put 3 of these countries that are touching Iraq. Go ahead and pause the video now. So while all of you guys have different relative locations, we're going to move into place. Now, place is broken into 2 different types. It is either a human characteristics, or what the humans bring to the area, or it is a physical characteristic, such as what is in that area, like natural resources or landforms. So, for religion, we decided all 4 civilizations were polytheistic, which means they believed in more than one god. In the case of remember our color coding, the Mesopotamians prayed in a ziggurat to their gods, specifically oftentimes to prevent the flooding of the Tigris and Euphrates River. If you remember, Indus River Valley was the first start of creating the world religion of Hinduism. In Egypt, the major gods were Isis, Osiris, Nephthys, and Set. And lastly, the Chinese believed in the mandate of heaven, where the gods would prove their happiness or anger based on the weather. We have language. The Mesopotamians were the first to create writing with cuneiform, the wedge-shaped writing on clay tablets. We do not know Indus River Valley's writing, which is why so much of their history is a mystery. The ancient Egyptians wrote hieroglyphics, which were pictographs that they wrote on the walls. Pictographs means a picture represents a word or letter. Lastly, the Chinese wrote on oracle bones, bones of tortoise shells or ox hips, where they would predict the future based on cracks. Society. The ancient Mesopotamians were based around agriculture, so farming, because they were the first to create the plow, domesticate animals, and farming, and the first to create a settled civilization. In the Indus River Valley, society was based around the caste system. The Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, the Sudras, and the Untouchables. It determined your way of life as well as how other people would treat you. In Egypt, most of the life was focused on the afterlife. So mummification was huge, as well as living a life in where you would survive using the Book of the Dead, survive against the Feather of Truth. Their major god, Osiris, is the god of the underworld. A lot of their life is afterlife focused and reaching the field of reeds. We then have filial piety, the idea in society where you would respect your ancestors and elders, and that ran a whole bunch of Chinese society, which was founded, filial piety that is, by Confucius. Now, I have already listed these for you, and you may steal. The thing you will need to work on is fill in the last 2 stars of place, because a physical characteristic that I give you are rivers, such as the Tigris and Euphrates in the Mesopotamians, Indus River for Indus River Valley, the Nile River for Egypt, and the Yellow and Yangtze River for China. Looking at your map in your notebook, go ahead and list 2 more different types of landforms. This can be deserts, mountains, plateaus, oceans. I can't think of seas. Go ahead and find 2 more. Now, for quote proof, was a little bit easy on you for this one because I have given you sources. So where you see choosing the best quote prompts, you will see that I have given you sources. And in class, we went over which ones were the best. So, human characteristic, that is a place quote. So, you have a quote here that you could copy into the box if you are Mesopotamia, as well as I gave you the source of quote at the bottom of every page. I have cited the website. So let's say you are Mesopotamia. You could take this quote, copy it, put it in quote proof, and then take your source quote from the bottom and put it in source of quote, and you would be done with this page. After that, you are good for today. Hopefully this helped.